I didn't hear categorically from God about what I'm about to tell you. And I've always said I'm not a prophet. I've always said that. I'm not a prophet. I'm a pastor, and I'm content with being a pastor. But one thing that God has blessed me with, I have a strong indication of what is about to happen or what God is saying. There are many things I've posted on my page, on social media, on Facebook, that I've seen happen. Like, for example, Billy Graham's death, Kobe Bryant's death, lots of things, even the planes that went down. And please, I'm not saying this to give myself any accolades. No, that's not my intent. Hey, this is Pastor Albert. I want to say thank you for visiting my channel, and I appreciate you clicking on the video. And I also want to encourage you to share this to somebody, and if you can, subscribe. Okay, God bless you. I believe we have to pray against a conflict between the United States and a rival nation, especially China. China is getting increasingly powerful. They're expanding at an I don't even know if that I should use that, but at an exponential speed in the South Pacific Sea. They're buying nations like Solomon Island, Kiribati, even the island, one of the largest islands in the Solomon Islands, Bougainville, the Bougainville Island, that will soon become independent. China wants that. China wants that. You see, I'm not against China, because empires rise, empires fall. And whenever a nation departs from God, like we're seeing in America right now, what happens is God raises up, or God will allow another nation to fill in the void, because our dominance or our influence or power is based on our dependency in God. He's the one that elevates a nation. He's the one that deposes them. So China is growing increasingly powerful. And me personally, I don't see America or these Western nations sit down and allow this to go on. There is going to be some type of impact somewhere down the line. China's weapons, of course, we do have powerful weapons too, but China's weapons, like the DF-17, DF-41, these travel at Mach 5, Mach 10 speeds, hypersonic weapons. They are, and let me say something. 2019, the United States spent $716 billion in dollars. China spent only $175 billion. Now you may say, we outpaced them. But let me tell you this, don't underestimate this, because they produce these weapons at a fraction of the cost. You want proof? Okay. Take for example the earpiece. You know those new earpieces that have populated the market? They came in about, let's say about 4 or 5 years ago. They're now all over the market. People love them. I even have some of them. Now, when you look at companies like Apple or the other established companies, these are expensive. I went to the store to look at one. I think it was like $60. Another one was like $100 and something. Now I bought one online, Chinese made of course, for under $30, about 20 something dollars. Some is 17. You see, oh, glory to God. This is the proof here. The people are making these things at a fraction because the labor costs are low, and they're all being forced to do as the government say. When it comes to national defense, they're all being forced into they buy into the patriotism of their nation, which of course is a communist country, communist nation. They will get what they want. In America, it's a capitalist country. United Kingdom, Germany, they're all capitalist countries, and so they look for profitability first. But these people, when it comes to defense, it's not profitability first. Okay? It's their nation first. So they build these things at a fraction of the cost. So when we look at them spending $175 billion in national defense last year, 2019, to us, the United States, spending $716 billion, that's nothing. That's nothing. So that $175 billion they spend can almost be equated to our $716 billion. What I'm saying to you, friends, I'm not here to come and spit stats at you. No, sir. No, ma'am. What I'm saying to you is pray for the United States. Pray that we don't get into conflict with these nations, which may be inevitable because the Bible said so many things about wars in the book of Revelation, which I'll tell you myself, I don't have the interpretation for a lot of these things that the Bible talks about in the book of Daniel, book of Revelation, Habakkuk, and so on and so forth. You know, and I'm not going to try to. I'm going to study them, of course, but I'm not going to try to lie to people something I don't know about. Like I see a lot of people trying to interpret these things, and then they find out that, oh, it wasn't this. No, I'm not going to do that. But what I'm saying to you, friend, is that you gotta pray for your nation. You know, I'm a naturalized U.S. citizen, and I love America. I see the way we're moving away from God. We trust our military. We depend on the might of our military. But let me tell you, these other nations, especially China, they are developing weapons that are secret, that will take us by surprise. We have to come to God. We have to run to God. We have to hide in Him. The Bible says in the book of Psalms, it says, except the Lord watch the city, the watchman wakes but in vain. Except the Lord keeps the city, the man watches in vain. America, wake up to this. Wake up to this. You cannot win another war with your tanks, your fighter planes, and all of these other things. Maybe the next war that will be fought will be in a laboratory. It'll be cyber warfare by the push of buttons and based on the algorithms that have been created. Oh, glory to God. I'm telling you, pray that we don't get into another conflict. Pray for America. We are number one right now. But at this rate that China is going, we may not be number one for long. If we depart from God, if we turn away from God, God is our only defense. I will never forget that. In 1991, somebody was asked, why do you think America won the war, the Gulf War, in 3 days against Saddam Hussein, who was supposedly, they supposedly believed he had weapons of mass destruction. Minus that, his ballistic weapons and other things. He's all the weapons, they were in the thousands, and they were not expecting America to win so quick. And this person said, our mothers, our grandmothers were praying, we need to go back to God. Hey, this is Pastor Albert saying peace out. Pray for America. God bless you.